Have you ever wondered how your income and net worth measures up against others your age? After all, it's kind of human nature to make those types of comparisons. Well, in this video, we'll answer your questions about income and net worth in our society. We seem to always be bombarded with images of success and prosperity, so it's important to understand some of the reality behind our assumptions, and this video will give you a dose of that reality. And we probably need a bit of reality because in a recent survey of modern wealth by Schwab, they found that 61% of Gen Z and millennials say that being able to afford a lifestyle comparable to their friends makes them feel wealthy. But it's crazy how people are arriving at these comparisons. 54% of Gen Z and 47% of the millennials compared their lifestyle to what their friends and family post on social media. That's a bad idea. Social media may be the worst place we should go to make the comparisons to others. After all, most people just kind of post their highlight reel of life. We might see them on vacations, cool concerts, or something expensive they just purchased. But that tells us nothing about whether they are financially healthy. What we tend to see is a fake, inflated lifestyle where positives are embellished and the negatives are hidden from view. We have no idea about how much debt they may have or whether they have any financial net worth at all. That's the last place we should be looking for realistic benchmarks. In fact, in a recent Prosperity Index study published by Intuit, 48% of the population has lied about how much money they make, and 51% would not tell the truth if they were asked how much debt they have. But where do we go then? After all, money is still a rather taboo topic in our society. Asking somebody how much income or debt they may have is still kind of frowned upon. So let's look at the facts. Every 3 years, the Federal Reserve publishes a comprehensive report detailing the financial landscape of the U.S. consumer. And just this fall, we have a brand new report highlighting the state of the U.S. consumer, and I'll break down these numbers in a variety of ways. Let me first quickly define net worth though. Net worth is simply the total value of all your assets minus all your liabilities. Let's say your house is worth $300,000. You have a car that's $20,000, and maybe some other investments worth $30,000. The total of all of your assets is $350,000. Now, if you owe $220,000 on the house, $10,000 on the car, and have $15,000 in student loans and maybe $5,000 on credit cards, your total liabilities are $250,000. In this case, your net worth is $100,000. In other words, if you sold everything that you own of value and paid off all of your debts, what would be left? Of course, we don't include things like furniture, clothes, and other minor items we may have. They may have cost a lot to acquire, but they are likely to be worth very little in a resale. Also, keep in mind that when you are young, it can be common to have a zero or even a negative net worth. If somebody recently graduated college, they may have some student loan debt and possibly a car loan, and they haven't had time to accumulate other assets. So, perhaps the simplest number we can look at in this report is just the median net worth of all U.S. households, which is $192,900. Keep in mind that the median is just the number exactly in the middle. So we know that half the people are below that figure and half the people are above it. Now, let's break down the numbers by age brackets. For those under 35 years of age, the median net worth was $39,000. For people between the age of 35 and 44, the median net worth was $135,600. Between 45 and 54, it was $247,200. For those between 55 and 64, it was $364,500. Between 65 and 74, it was $409,900. And for those over 75, the median net worth was $335,600. For most people, wealth is built over time, So naturally, those that are older have had more time to accumulate assets and net worth. Now let's look at the percentiles. A percentile can be used to define a person's rank relative to other people. For example, the 25th percentile of net worth is the amount of net worth for which 25% have a net worth lower than that amount and 75% have a higher net worth. So regardless of age, the 25th percentile of net worth is 27,100. The 50th percentile is 192,900. The 75th percentile was 658,900. And the 90th percentile was $1,938,000. Before we continue, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to leave some comments below. I'd sure like to hear your thoughts. Now, since we are discussing percentiles, we also have the breakdown of percentiles for income in this survey. The 20th percentile for income is 34,600. 40th percentile is 59,500. The 50th percentile is 73,400. The 60th percentile, 91,900. The 80th percentile, 153,100. And the 90th percentile was $245,400. Of course, when comparing incomes, it sure makes a big difference where we live. $100,000 in the Midwest part of the country is a lot more money than if we were living on the East or West Coast. Now, if someone does have some net worth, it's primarily due to being a homeowner. Here's a crazy statistic from the survey. The net worth of homeowners in this country is about 40 times higher than the non-homeowner. The median net worth of all homeowners is $396,200, and the median net worth of all non-homeowners is only $10,400. Now, about 66% of families in 2022 own their home. Of those homeowners, almost 2/3 have home secured debt against it, while just over 1/3 of homeowners own their home completely free of debt. The median net housing value, defined as the home's value minus any debts against it, increased 44% between 2019 and 2022, from about $139,100 all the way up to $200,000. This growth rate in the median home values are the largest on record in the history of the modern survey of the consumer finances, and are certainly not normal. Now, comparing the net worth of homeowners to non-homeowners really isn't a fair comparison, because most people don't buy a home until they are a bit older, and people just starting out naturally have little to no net worth at all, and sometimes even a negative net worth. But it does highlight the fact that Americans are kind of bad at saving and investing for our own retirement. Renting quite often can be cheaper than actually owning a home, paying interest, property tax, insurance, repairs and maintenance, and maybe HOA dues. However, having a mortgage is at least a forced savings plan. You must make the payment or lose the house. Without that kind of motivation, too many people just don't have the discipline to save and invest, even when they have the means to do so. The recent rise in home values was great for homeowners, but this recent trend was bad for people wanting to buy a home. After the recession of 2008, the home affordability ratio declined steadily before hitting a bottom of 3.5 in 2016. Now the median home is worth 4.6 times the median family income in 2022, surpassing the previous high of 4.2 in 2007. So it's a difficult time for anybody looking to buy a home these days. Another reason we see such a large disparity between owners and non-homeowners is the median income of homeowners was $94,040 compared to $42,160 for non-homeowners. Naturally, the higher the income, the more opportunities we have to save and invest. However, a high income isn't a necessity for creating net worth. Many high-income earners may have fallen victim to lifestyle inflation and are still living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, in a recent 2022 report by the Payments and Lending Club corporations, about 47% of people making between $150,000 and $200,000 are living paycheck to paycheck, and about 1 out of 4 people making more than $200,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. On the flip side, I know many individuals that have always been earning an income placing them into the middle class, but they have well over $1 million of net worth because they lived below their means, saved and invested throughout their life. Net worth in a home is great, but it's not a liquid asset, meaning it's not a source of funds that you can live on in retirement. We must have other assets like retirement accounts to help us supplement anything that we may get from Social Security. So let's take a look at the median size of the retirement accounts by age. For those under 35 years of age, the median retirement account was $18,880. For those between 35 and 44, it was $45,000. Between 45 and 54, it was $115,000. Between 55 and 64, it was $185,000. Between 65 and 74, it was $200,000. And for those over 74, it was $130,000. But these balances fall short of what's recommended by Fidelity. They say by the age of 30, we should have the amount saved for retirement that equals our income. By the age of 35, that amount is twice our income. And as we can see from this graphic, by the age of 60, we should have 8 times our salary saved. Then, at what's considered the full retirement age of 67, we should have 10 times our income saved for retirement. A few things to keep in mind here. First, this is based on somebody that continues to work all the way until they reach that full retirement age of 67. They're going to maintain their current lifestyle in retirement and use Social Security to supplement their income. If someone would like to retire at a younger age, they would need more saved up because their retirement will last longer. If someone plans to downsize their lifestyle in retirement, then this would help them get by on less. But if somebody's looking to maybe do lots of traveling, that can be expensive and they may need a bit more. Anytime we see recommendations like this, we want to remember that these are not perfect rules and there are always other factors to consider. But it can be a helpful guideline to give us another benchmark to see how we're doing. Remember, it's net worth that ultimately provides you with freedom and control over your life, not your income. Your net worth is like a snapshot that shows you where you are on your financial journey. Increasing your net worth helps provide a sense of calm and control and alleviate much of the stress that life can throw at us. If we only focus on material things that money can buy, I think we are missing something. We should think about the freedom and control over our own life it can provide. That's why improving our net worth is an important goal. In a recent survey by the Employee Benefit Research Institute, roughly 70% of retirees said that the number one piece of advice that they would give their younger selves is to save and invest more and start earlier. Even if you feel behind or haven't started, the best time to start changing that is right now. So regardless of where your net worth is today, I hope you start taking steps to improve it for a better tomorrow. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.